are we jamming on now? Jay, that's a lot of neons. What are you jamming on? What neon stuff are you jamming on back there?
Well, the theme of today's segment is games I've played before. And we're going to start with the neon flash of Rocket League. So I was feeling uninspired by my co-op, kid-friendly gaming choices. So I decided to look at the old collection. And I remember at the same time somebody at work had mentioned like playing Rocket League with the kids. So I kind of said, you know what, let me just dive back in. It's been a while. Last time I played this, the kids were a little younger. Let's try it again. I jumped in and I asked the two youngest boys to play with me, and we created an offline league and created a whole season. And so we kind of just said, let's figure it out. We'll put on the lowest settings, see what happens. We ran all the way through the league. We went like 10-1. Then we ended up winning the championship. And so the boys were super excited, super into it. It was fun to kind of do that together. And so as a result of that, I kind of just said, let me just jump on some online matches just to see what happens. And I have been continually getting MVPs. And so I'm like, am I good at Rocket League? Like, should I just like,
should I go pro?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Call me up, bro. I'm ready. I'm here for you right now. But I've been having a lot of fun with that. So that's been fun. Outside of that, a lot of Minecraft Dungeons. So with the announcement of Minecraft Dungeons 2 coming this fall, I don't know if you've heard about it. I don't know if you've been like on the edge of your seat, just like I have been. Like I know you have been,
not.
But
I feel you went back to it. Like that game has replayability. That's insane to me.
Oh, you kidding me? It absolutely does. So I remembered that because of this, I was reminded that there were several DLCs that we had not finished. So Zeke and I jumped back in, which is great again because when we last played this, it was a few years ago. Zeke couldn't play it as well because he was much younger at the time. Now he's crushing stuff with me, and we were able to convince Zion to jump back in as well. And so it's a lot of fun, man. Each of those levels, they're challenging, but they're a lot of fun. Like the gameplay is fun. The loot system is addictive and a core part of enjoying the game. Like, in other words, picking up your spoils. And I can see a couple of places where I hope they change things for the second game. But either way, man, I'm pumped. And I'm sure like Minecraft Dungeon play hours are up like across the board this month with that announcement. Like they've got to be. Like there's so much to do. Like the loot is always like, give me the loot, give me better, give me better weapons, give me more. Like it's great. It's so
we
good.
have established you are a loot crate whore. We know.
Do.
Okay.
Yeah, the game has to be fun enough to keep me going, and that,
Sure.
especially a game that I can play with all the kids. Come on now, like that's a rare one. You know what I mean? When I can get the teenagers all the way down.
Sure. Yeah, it's definitely perfect for that. So I hear that.
Yeah, man. And then continuing that same line of logic, TMNT Splinter Fate. We have beaten Shredder several times at this point. But just like Hades, like I talked about, like this game is like a multiplayer co-op Ninja Turtle Hades game. We got to keep going back because the game is clearly not beaten yet. And they tell you every time you beat Shredder, like there's clearly a mysterious being that comes and tells you some stuff. And it's like, go back
Are you just getting loose for the April 30th drop of TMNT VR? Is that what you're doing?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that exactly what it is. Yeah, it's great. And I realized, again, just along with the other game, that they had released several different DLCs. So now you can finally play as Metalhead. You can finally play as Casey Jones. And, of course, I love playing with the turtles. We each have our turtle that we like playing. But being able to switch that up and do some cool new shit, like with some new areas and stuff, like, yeah, of course, sign me up. Like, give me more reasons to play together with the family. So I highly recommend that game. I cannot say it enough. And I saw someone on Reddit the other day say that it's the best, like, couch co-op game out there right now. And I don't know that I disagree. Like I said, it really is. Like, if you like Hades, and I cannot wait for Hades 2 to come out later this month on Game Pass. I actually already have it pre-installed. I cannot wait. But if you like that game, like, and you have a family, like co-op, absolutely. This is the game to play. And that is it, sir.
Glitch of the Matrix there. Okay, word. Okay. Yeah, that is definitely no new shit. Okay.
Absolutely. I have things downloaded, but like, so the funny thing about that is clearly I beat Cyberpunk 2077. I've talked about it so much.
Are you seeking out the VR location for the thing I've seen?
Dude, I can't even. So I just like right before you sent me that link, the Phantom Liberty DLC is finally on sale. So I snagged it, downloaded that, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to boot it up. And then like I logged back in, and just like I was talking about before, like the way my ending happened, like I was put kind of back in that same place, and I was like, oh man, I do get to begin like right here. Like I don't. Okay, like I had so many questions and I was ready to dive in, and of course like the kids were there and I was like, okay, I got to put this like this requires me to like emotionally like dive back in, and I was in more of a I'm going to dive in and like shoot some people right now kind of mood, so I had to like put that to the side for now. So then when you sent me that VR thing, I'm like,
and that's I'm pretty sure if I recall, that's like it's not just a headset, it's like the full that you have I think a prop gun. And I believe you're on some sort of like surface where you can actually move. Right. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That would be.
That's I don't know if I mean, I don't know. I've never tried it, but I feel like I don't think I can immerse in that. I tried, it was so long ago too. But yeah, they had like a person in the room at Tribeca in like 2016 where you were on a surface like that and you walked around and stuff. And but they had to literally have a person in there to keep you from hurting yourself, it was so long ago. So I'm sure they don't need people now, but it's still you're in some sort of restraint, I imagine, and I'm sure you can feel the resistance when you're going to do something that would, I don't know, I have a hard time believing that is truly immersive, to the degree that they're selling it as, at least, I'm sure it's cool. I would definitely try it out.
Yeah.
But I just feel like paying a bunch for it a lot seems crazy, probably, because it's not, I feel like it can't possibly be what they're pitching it as like you are there, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, man, because it's not like a game, like I had a supercharged jump in that game. So like there were times when I used that, they would be like, oh, like they would be like, even on the couch, I would be like, oh my gosh.
But what I'm talking about is the actual technology though. Like for that kind of thing, you're in like a harness or something. You're in like a.
Right. But I guess what I'm saying is like, there's not a lot. Like you can run, but you're in a car, so like I don't even feel like you would need a restraint. Like I feel like you could kind of just be standing still, or or like you said, be in one of those things where you're hooked in and it swivels you around. Where even when you run, it's like a trackpad kind of thing,
right?
Keeping you in place like that. I feel like you could do it that way.
Well, I'm almost certain that's what it is. Again, I'm speaking totally out of my ass here, I suppose, having no clue. But my guess is that's exactly what it is, like some sort of like thing like that,
Yeah, or I mean, I guess you're not always running and jumping. You could probably do it while you're standing still and kind of just make it work. But you'd have to have just like a button for running. You wouldn't be running. You know what I mean? Like if that was the case, you could do it that way as well. It'll probably still be hella fun.
Yeah,
just being sure, VR would be fucking nuts in that game.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be cool. There's definitely a VR mod too. I have my stories here momentarily, but there's definitely a VR mod for it. Okay, so that's it.
Yeah, man, that is
all right
for now.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on fucking, like I was giving you offline, hardcore puppy duty, so I have, and it's just been oddly somewhat busy, bullshit, random work things, having to go places that I don't really want to go and stuff. So I haven't played as much the past couple weeks as I would have liked, but I plenty of Into the Radius 2 when I do have time. The full release I saw is happening the 23rd.
Okay.
And supposedly, I was reading in that Upload VR article that that's when that releases, there's like a story mode that I apparently have not been playing. What I have been doing to date is very much what the first game was like as far as the story mode goes. It's like it's mission based, and
right.
you like I said, the game kind of like has the built-in mechanic of resetting everything in a few days anyway, so you're never really like changing the world around you. Every 4 in-game days and some change, it does that reset thing. So I don't know what the story mode could possibly entail, because of that nature. I feel like there's no way around it being this compartmentalized mission by mission experience. I guess obviously the missions could have, and they do have some like progression, but it's more just I kind of explain how the store works and the security levels. It's just giving you those security levels and allowing you access to cooler gear. And then the subsequent missions they assign you are quote unquote more difficult, you know, because you have the better gear. So I am, and I said I played the shit ton of the first game and never really understood what was happening anyways. So maybe I don't know, maybe
I will fill in the gaps for you.
Exactly. Maybe I was doing something wrong for one on the first one. I did, I made it clear how terrified that game, or how terrified I was playing that game. And I'm sure I probably didn't push boundaries as much as I could have. But again, it seemed very much what I've been doing, just as far as the computer interface, like everything about it seemed very, very similar in like the assignment of missions and just the way they worked and stuff. So yeah, I'm curious to see what that is, but clearly we'll keep playing it. That's not going to get me off of it. More shit to do. So that's very much still happening. I mentioned the BioShock VR shit. Modding aspirations on that did not pan out. It went very poorly. I'm going to talk about Resident Evil here in a moment. Both of them, like, I didn't put any serious effort in. I downloaded it and I was like just seeing if I could get it to work real quick, like in between into the Radius forays. So by no means is it fully a dead stick, but it was not an immediate thing like I kind of was hoping for that. So we'll see if BioShock pans out. And then, yeah, I saw another Upload VR article that a coder named Mr. Survivor saw that people were having issues getting the modded iterations of the Resident Evils to work. So 2, 3, 4, Biohazard. That was the PSVR one. And, well, Village was too, I guess. But Village was 8, and then the new one, Requiem. So the VR mods for this, I guess it's a little bit, again, more cumbersome shit. And this guy saw that was a problem, and he's just enough of a fanboy to have like basically created, kind of like I had for Skyrim, where it was like this installer that like goes and gets all the shit for you and puts it all in a box that you just, like, it's a one-click thing, which is, of course, amazing. So I saw that, and I was like, well, I'll put literally the day I saw it, I was like, okay, well, I'll put those games, the ones, I played 4 on the Quest version already, so I played that. 2, I probably played way back when, but it's been so long, I consider it certainly I haven't played the remaster or anything. And then 3 I haven't played. No, I haven't played Village. I played Biohazard on PSVR, but I haven't played Village or the new one, of course. So I just dropped them all into my Steam wish list, and then, you get the pings when they go on sale. That afternoon, Village is on sale for 75%. And I'm like, Big Brother is watching, man. Like, there's just, like, Steam knows, man. It just knows. It knows it can get you. All it's got to do is send you the notification, and you're going, So, yeah, those fuckers. So I downloaded Village, and immediately tried that out. And I'll do the same for Requiem 2. 2, maybe we'll see. It would have to be like super cheap because they still sell all those games. They still sell it's remasters, but they still sell them for like $40. Like, you're out of your fucking mind. Who the fuck is paying $40 for fucking Resident Evil 2? I don't care what you do. I don't care if you let a rocket up its ass and like it's fucking. I don't care what it's doing now.
Hey,
it's still Resident Evil 2.
That was terrifying. That was a terrifying freaking game.
Sure, yeah, terrifying. Yeah, great games, but they're 30 years old.
That's also true. Also, a bunch of those Resident Evil games just dropped on Game Pass, dude. I was like, oh, I'm gonna just start playing so many Resident Evils, like these ones that I haven't played. Village,
Requiem
like
just came out, so they probably do that every time because it gets your whistle all wet, and then you buy Requiem. Requiem's not on Game Pass, is it?
Well,
that's 9, the new one.
I don't remember. I just know like several of them came out in succession. All of a sudden, I was just like, look at all of these Resident Evil games.
If Requiem's not in the bundle, that's the rub on that. They're just trying.
That's fair.
It's like Subnautica over the weekend. I actually like bit so hard I was like retweeting it. I thought that they were doing a weekend preview of the new game. Like Subnautica was tweeting out. Yeah, so they were tweeting out that like you download the game and like just play it for a few days and then it'll be on sale at the end of the 4 days. At 4 days, I was like, wow, what an awesome chance to see if they fuck this up or not. How cool is that? And like I'm literally mid retweet and I'm like, oh, this is just for the first game, you motherfuckers. Yeah, so that is coming out soon. But the reason they're doing that for the first game is to, again, just get your fucking biscuits burning for Subnautica again and maybe loop in a few new customers right before they drop the new one. So yeah, there's nothing out of the ordinary about that sales tactic, Anyways, so I got Village. I download it, and again, these are supposed to be super simple mod installs, and like, man, I've just been on starting with that RoboCop experience, like I've just been on this fucking tear of like horrific modding luck.
Oh
man.
no!
So I install this thing, and like, granted, I a fucking idiot, and I should know this by now too, but I didn't read the shit before. I thought I just, it's one click, just fucking just go. And like, I should have ran a lot of times too. This is not uncommon. You're supposed to run the game first and like tweak some settings in the game, in the flat screen version of it, before you inject the mod to make it VR. And I didn't fucking do that. So that's probably my problem, and I probably just need to do a clean install, start from scratch, and hopefully it'll work. But I didn't do that, and it didn't work. And then I'm like, oh, fucking just again, this is like a 10-minute process. And it's like, it didn't work immediately. I'm just like, fuck, okay, whatever, who cares? I'll do this later when it's my sole focus. And then I go back to fucking play Into the Radius, dude, and it's fucked up. All my VR games now are fucked up.
What?
They aren't playing right. They like the latency is jittery, the image quality is fucked up. I did all the basic shit. I power cycled both my device and the VR black box of death. Like, it's bad, dude. It runs. I keep going in there and I'm like, am I just tripping? Or no, this looks fucked up. And then like the actual latency issues will start with like the jittery stuff, and like I'm like, it's running bad. And like, again, I tried the basic shit. That's like the flames are about, dude. Like I'll jump out the fucking window if I can't play games now.
Man.
So like, I need to do some hardcore. I was like freaking out so bad yesterday that I like got all frantic and like, I'm like looking at the easy fucking Google AI returns of like the things that can cause this, like overheating and overclocking your computer, and like the front where my fans are on my tower, there's fans in the front, and like you can see, because there's like the grill there right in the front, I could see they were a little dusty. So I'm like, okay, like fucking maybe it's just overheating, and like fucking like I literally ripped the fucking cover off, and it's got like a little, like literally, dude, just like a layer of like what would go in a screen door type screen mesh, like super fucking basic technology for the just the catch, so the stuff doesn't fly into the fan and into the fucking chassis. And so I literally like it's like hard to clean, so I literally like just tug it out, like not thinking, and like fucking whatever, and like clean it off real quick, and I go to put it back in, and like won't go back in like correctly, so like I thought I like broke my fucking desktop. I was so freaked out by this fucking problem, and like it took some time this morning. I had to like fucking take one of these little pins off and shit, and I was able to get it back in just fine. But just like the like harried decision making there, that's how like frantic I was about it, like doing stupid shit and not thinking through actions, like super fucking freaked out. So yeah, like that, I have not fixed it yet. I have a fucking troubleshooting thing earmarked to try this afternoon. But yeah, dude, I spent all afternoon yesterday like freaking the fuck out, and like I had to go and watch this fucking movie for work last night, and like I just sat there the whole time just thinking about my fucking
oh no,
like it's all I thought about the whole fucking night was that like my VR fucking rig back home was fucked up. So yeah, I'm fucking kind of freaking out. Like I don't know if I can't troubleshoot it.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna just?
I honestly don't know. Like the only fucking like if I. Because again, the fucked up thing about this is about PC VR is, man, it's such an open medium that like there's so many variables. You can't just. It's not like having a broken fucking Xbox or a broken fucking Quest headset where you just like a million people have had this problem exactly with your technology and someone's already solved.
This is what you do.
Yeah, everything is fucking unique with these, and like yes, there's some commonalities. There's some shit, like the thing I found, like, even like as simple as like you have the AMD and the NVIDIA graphics cards, and like that alone is just this huge divergent troubleshooting tree right up top. So like right there in half your option set, maybe because there's probably more NVIDIA cards out there than AMD cards even. NVIDIA is a more popular graphics chipset. So probably less than half, of the potential possible collection of problems that I may have that could have been asked by someone out in the ether, So just whatever. There's a lot of fucking variables, and you can't have confidence that you can get an easy answer, And even I'm getting savvier and I'm semi-savvy to begin with computers maybe, but oftentimes with this shit, it still just goes over my head when I'm reading these things. I'm just I don't even know if what they're saying is what I think it is. You know what I mean? I think I understand this shit, but there's words in here that I don't know the exact fucking definition of, and even Googling them doesn't connect all the dots for me. And yeah, it's tough. It's really frustrating. And that's the fucking risk of modding. That is the risk, That is the risk of the modding side of it. Is I don't even know what I changed. You know what I mean? I'm just doing the things it tells me to do to make this one stupid thing work, and then even that stupid thing doesn't work, and then now a bunch of other shit's fucked up, and I don't know how to walk it back, and it's just super frustrating, man. Super frustrating.
I am so sorry to hear that, and also you have single-handedly sold me on never doing that. I'm gonna stick to my.
No, you just don't mind the simple stuff. I mean, if you just do native VR stuff, this never comes up.
That's what I mean.
If you want to get adventurous and mod things, that's when this could potentially be a problem. I think.
Brutal.
That is the difference between a company who knows what the fuck they're doing this. That's exactly what you pay for when you pay for a full version of something, is that a company spends the time to go through all these bugs on their end, and they've troubleshot for the most part anyways. Game developers aren't perfect, of course, but most of this shit's happened before it gets to your fucking unit. And that's what you pay for when you pay for the VR version of something. Or wait for it if you pay for it in time, Whatever. So we'll see what happens there. The only OG Chivo shit I have going on is some SimCity. I keep fucking the scenarios up. I can't beat them. It's pissing me off. It's something dumb happens and I get fired right at the end. I don't understand. I even looked up the win conditions. I think I said that last time, and I think I'm doing them, and then I get there and then I get fired anyways. It's super frustrating. You don't find that out until the very end. I think they're just whatever. I think they're end conditions. So you basically have to do the full 5 years or the full 10 years or whatever before you even find out if you had done it wrong, And yes, very frustrating.
That's so rude. You can't even track. Can you track it as you go? You don't even know.
Well, I looked up the conditions and I think so, but I only found one. It's surprising how little. You'd think there'd just be a list of a bunch, it's a fucking old ass game, a launch title of SNES. You'd think the game FAQ website would just be loaded with exact flowcharts for these fucking scenarios. I've only found one that really kind of just lists the win conditions in an itemized way. And I thought I was adhering to them. So either maybe that's wrong. Maybe was thinking of one. So I was doing, what was it? I think is it Boston with the nuclear meltdown I did a night or two ago. And it fucking it's only a 5-year scenario too. And I got to the end and I thought it was just you have to be a metropolis at the end of each one of these. And then not let the nuclear meltdown ruin your fucking entire town, which is kind of a synonymous thing, because if you're able to get to Metropolis, which you don't start at, then you're clearly growing and you have weathered the nuclear meltdown. It makes sense to me that would be the win condition,
right? But
maybe there's some other variable that I didn't account for that, because it was Burn, the traffic one, that I know for a fact was a Metropolis I needed to be at, and also have the traffic density down, I guess, is the other variable. But whatever. That's the only other OG thing with the fucking all this bullshit going on, puppy stuff and what have you. And then the X-Men quest. Didn't do a ton of reading. I got through 4 Wolverines, Lady Deathstrike choosing not to kill him because she views killing him sans adamantium would be a knock on her honor. Mm-hmm. And the whole reason she's chasing him anyways is that he supposedly stole her father's adamantium. Is her motivation for wanting to kill him anyhow. So those two things taken from it, she just kind of well, fuck it then, and walks away. I thought that was kind of funny. And then that was right, it's 77, 78, and he's getting into something new, and it's very forgettable because I can't remember what the fuck it was. Whatever. So that's Wolverine. Uncanny, again, just a few issues, 309 to 312, I think. Sabretooth gets loose in the mansion. and their Gambit has to fucking like get in a fight with them, and then like Beast is whatever, like they're chasing him down. So that's going on, kind of interesting. And then I think Iceman died. Did Iceman die here? I think he like collapses, and then I haven't read the next issue, but he kind of seems like he's dead. I've been talking about where the fuck did Iceman go, and I thought maybe this was the solution, that he somehow died, or he did not somehow. I mean,
I put it like this: before you thought he died? Like what kind of condition was he in? Like was he?
Oh, he literally
was he powerful? He
gets zapped by something when there's chasing Sabretooth, I believe. Okay. He gets zapped by something and like, he's just like slumped over and on the ground, looking at the end of and like they're kind of freaking out about it at the end of the issue. So I haven't seen where it goes, but again, like I'm kind of expecting him to somehow exit stage left abruptly, because I don't feel like I see him later. But,
really?
Yeah, but maybe that's, I don't know. Again, I'm definitely getting into where I fell off as a kid. So
okay, I'm like,
I may very well be wrong.
I can tell you whether or not you're wrong. I can give you some information.
No.
Okay.
I'll wait. Although, whatever, I got a point here. So I may not be, maybe getting a little long in the tooth on this endeavor. But and then volume 2. We have the fucking wedding. I'm 29 to 32, so you have the wedding, 29 and 30 are like prep for, and then going into the wedding, and that was, of course, pretty lame. It was kind of interesting how they, like, the way it was kind of told was through the letter, but from Wolverine. Like, that was kind of an interesting way to have that all play out, as opposed to just a super sappy, direct,
right,
here's the wedding, let's all celebrate bullshit. So that was kind of interesting. They go off on their honeymoon. And then we get into more of that Psylocke stuff, and it's finally coming to a head, I think. The double Elizabeth Braddock and whatever I don't, did they ever say what, they never say what her nationality, they just call her Asian, which I think is funny. They never like refer to her by her actual nationality. I think it's Japanese though. Because she's ninja trained, so it's got to be Japanese. But whatever. That's kind of coming to a head, and she like gets into this knockdown, drag out with Spiral about it, and she's like fed up and like gonna kill Spiral because she's fucking sick of the whatever being toyed with. And they get into the whole like her eyes. They put the eyes in her that were mechanical. They were able to kind of like spy on her, and Mojo, Spiral and Mojo were able to spy on the X-Men or something, which this whole thing. And then they say at some point in this that Mojo died in this recently. And I didn't, that didn't happen in any of these books I'm reading. And it made me like, I talked about the Mojo stuff last time. Like it kind of, it's like interesting to me, never really pays off, but it is interesting. And like the fact that happened and I didn't even know.
There was no asterisks telling you like happened.
It probably did, but I'm not going to go read. That's kind of my point here is like even reading these 3 books, so much happens outside my purview that it's frustrating, and I'm not going to go read 70 books to get the whole story. And like the fact that they're not more, there isn't more of an effort to keep the stories contained to some degree. If you want to do some crossovers here and there, fine, man. But like for it to be a constant problem of not understanding what is happening in this universe is really frustrating and starting to really fucking annoy me. Especially because I know it's just to try to make me buy more books 30 years ago. You know what I mean? That I'm already buying. If I'm already buying 3-year books monthly, for fuck's sake, like fuck off, man. Like that should be enough to get whole stories, So that is a little frustrating. And I'm also like, dude, I've been doing this for like over a year now, man. Like I want to read like another book, like a real book. I feel like stupider than I did a year ago because I'm not reading real shit. I'm just reading these dumbass comics everywhere I go. I haven't read an actual book in over a year as a result, and that's not good. It feels workmanlike. Like I go to bed and like I got to get an issue in, before I get to sleep, and like I'm like falling asleep, dropping the fucking iPads, hitting me in the face. So like it's getting a little job like, and
that's when you got to take a pause. You got to take a break. If it's getting job like, you got to get the joy back, because you're missing like, because cool stuff does happen coming up.
The Phalanx thing is interesting. The virus and shit. Like I'm curious to know what
even
happens
with some
there.
Of the characters too. Like you talk about Iceman. Like there's stuff happens. And
Iceman. Yeah, and like I cannot picture Wolverine's return to the X-Men after this Sans Adamantium sabbatical he goes on. So that clearly I need to know that before I get on. So I'm not saying it's immediately happening. I'm simply saying that like I feel a wavering at times now, and there are specific frustrations that I keep having where like they'll refer to something and it's like Avengers 372, and I'm like, I'm not reading Avengers 372.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Get the story.
Exactly. I'm with you. I'm like, I'm reading Uncanny, X-Men, some X-Force in there, like when I got some extra cash, you know what I mean?
X-Force never did it for me. That was never a book.
Depending on like the team makeup and like how much extra.
That to me was like such a third tier thing, you know. Even when they were the New Mutants, I had a hard time. I kept trying to like, because they were trying so hard to make that like the team of the future and like so much crossover effort in that era with the Uncanny book, and like I would start reading one of those issues, and I was like, nope.
Same thing with Generation X. Like I watched them, I read them too, and I'm like, all right, you know, I branched out with it, but it was kind of just like,
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, they pop up during the Phalanx Covenant. It was like another new book, like the new next generation or Generation Next. I can't remember what it was called now.
Exactly. Can't remember the name of it. That's really bad.
Yeah, I mean, it has some interesting characters. I think they ended up like any cool ones ended up getting folded in later. But cool stuff happens eventually, and then I feel like for me, it kind of just skips forward. Kind of just like, I lose interest. Couple cool events happen, like that I end up like reading, you know, now kind of back then later, and then nothing great happens until Krakoa. Like there's a couple good, interesting things happen.
You know, that actually came up. Krakoa came up. I saw the word Krakoa in one of these issues not too long ago, and I was like, I thought that
Krakoa existed way before, but
I thought that was a totally new concept. Yeah,
well,
it was like
the way now.
Well, I think it might have like, man, did they say that was in like Giant X-Men 1? I feel like it was like a really seminal, early on thing, and I was like, how have I never heard that until now? I read Giant X-Men 1, I think.
I'm like, you definitely did. You definitely did.
That's what I started with this fucking endeavor with, I think. Well, not started. But yeah. Where I got interested, as opposed to just hating that first era
first
of
team
X-Men.
up. Yeah. I hear you, man.